Well, hello guys, it is that time once again for another edition of Odds and Ends, where I read you some really weird news stories from all over the world, and, well, they don't call it Odds and Ends for a reason, you know? Yes, I know I'm late, but as I said in my vlog, some things came up last minute, kind of personal, don't really want to get into too much detail about it, but got pushed back, but I have my source right here, and I've been meaning to do it, but, well, I guess this is the only time I can do it, and I'm sure you guys are anxiously waiting for me to do this, so without further ado, let's get to the story, shall we? Now, our first story comes out of England, where police who pulled the suspected burglar from a backyard storage shed found some fairly incriminating evidence on the man's phone. According to London's Daily Mail, officers responded to a house in Leicester? I don't know how you pronounce that. And I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. After a neighbor reported seeing two suspicious men in the garden. Nothing had been taken from the residence, but a back door window had been smashed. Dozie Stewart Gibbs, 24, was found hiding in a shed behind the house. Flipping through the suspect's cell phone history, police located a text message Gibbs had sent to a friend 2 hours earlier, which read, quote, I've told you 20 times, don't ring me while I'm out robbing. Prosecuting attorneys noted in court that glass fragments on Gibbs' glove matched those from the broken window. In defending his client, Gibbs' attorney told the court, quote, he can't explain the text message and it doesn't reflect the situation or his attendant history. Nonetheless, Gibbs eventually admitted to attempted burglary and pleaded guilty to a string of other offenses including dangerous driving, driving while disqualified, handling stolen goods, and possessing marijuana. In December, he was sentenced to 18 months in jail and given an 18-month ban from driving. Seriously? You sent a text message and you didn't think that they were going to find out and they have shards of glass on you. Should have thought that one out a little bit more differently, dude, because you were going to get caught eventually, but obviously you didn't think that through, and look where you got. 18 months in jail. Way to go. Our next story also comes out of England, where detectives in Norfolk are looking for a dangerous pair of Oompa Loompas who allegedly assaulted a man outside a kebab shop in Norwich. Or outside a kebab shop in Norwich. Norwich. Whichever, I don't know. Police say the 28-year-old male victim was left with cuts to his face, nose, and lip, as well as 2 black eyes after being confronted by the 2 fictional candy makers, as well as a man and a woman, quote, who were not wearing fancy dress. The attack took place around 3:20 a.m. on December 27th in the Prince of Wales Road nightclub area of Norfolk. Quote, police are seeking a group of 4 people, 2 of whom were dressed as Oompa Loompas who attacked a male on a night out. A spokesperson for Norfolk Police told London's Daily Mail. Quote, 2 of the males were dressed as Oompa Loompas from, in parentheses, the Ronald Dahl book, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, with painted orange faces and dyed green hair. Police spokesperson said it was believed that only the Oompa Loompas took part in the attack. Really? Oompa Loompas are like one of the greatest characters ever made. And I did a video about Oompa Loompas a while back, but that's not important. Anyways, you dress up as Oompa Loompas, you attack somebody. Why? What did they ever do to you? Why did you dress up as Oompa Loompas and allegedly attack this person when they obviously didn't do anything to you, yet you went on a rampage and you attacked them? This is frustrating. Okay. Anyways, moving on. Our next story comes out of Florida, where visitors to parts of Everglades National Park are being issued, quote, an anti-vulture kits. After the winged scavengers were reported eating cars in the famed swamp's parking lots. Park wildlife biologist Skip Snow told the Miami Herald that the birds were migrating as normal, but had taken to ripping windshield wipers, sunroof seals, and other rubber and vinyl parts from various vehicles. In order to protect the cars, park employees had been loaning tarps and bungee cords to drivers at the park's Homestead and Flamingo entrances. Wildlife officials have reported trying scaring off the rubber-loving birds, but to no avail. Park Superintendent Dan Kimball told the newspaper complaints about the picky vultures have declined since the anti-vulture kits were introduced late last year. That is weird. I've never heard of vultures attacking cars and stealing windshield wipers, sunroof seals, and other rubber and vinyl parts from various vehicles. That is bizarre. Maybe these birds were laced for something, maybe they mistook the rubber for a prey. I don't know, but it's odd because you never heard of vultures attacking rubber cars. Or cars. That's just, and stealing rubber and vinyl stuff. That's just bizarre, but that's why it's in here for a reason. And we are finally moving on to our last story, which comes out of California, where a teenage girl and her friend are accused of drugging the girl's parents so the young pals could surf the internet. According to police in Rocklin, a city of about 60,000, some 20 miles northeast of Sacramento. Hey, I know somebody in Sacramento. The girls spiked 2 milkshakes in order to skirt the family's ban on home internet use after 10 p.m. Quote, the 16-year-old daughter and her 15-year-old friend were at the house in Rocklin, and they say, quote, hey mom and dad, how about we get you some milkshakes? They go to a local fast food restaurant and get some milkshakes. Rocklin Police Department Lieutenant Lon Milka told reporters. According to Milka, the girls loaded the drinks with an anti-anxiety medication before handing them over. The parents reportedly finished about a quarter of the milkshakes before pouring them out because they, quote, tasted funny. An hour later, the couple, quote, passed out asleep. Waking up the next morning with hangover-like symptoms, the parents, quote, put 2 and 2 together and called police. The 16-year-old admitted to slipping her parents a Mickey because their internet policy was, quote, too strict. Both girls were booked into Placer County Juvenile Hall on suspicion with willfully smuggling a pharmaceutical into food and conspiracy. Okay, I'm going to try to do this as best as I can without getting too flustered and try to murder somebody. You're 16, for Christ's sakes. Your friend is 15. Your parents put an internet ban after 10 p.m. for a reason, because they don't want you on the internet because you are probably still going to school. People like this are stupid, and this is where our society is going, because people like this think, oh, because we have a ban, we're gonna just try to screw our parents and ignore the rules and do whatever the hell we want. Yeah, look where you ended up. You ended up in jail because you decided to be a smartass and think, oh, let's just lace our parents' milkshakes and hopefully we can do Facebook, Twitter, whatever the hell you guys do. And this is just stupid. I seriously just want to like slap them across the face for this, like super hard for this, and like till they like bruise black and blue all over. Seriously, that's how bad I want to do it. Like seriously, I just want to like just smack the bejesus out of them. Just smack some common sense into them. That's what I want to do. Just get a common sense paddle and just smack them left and right until they actually make common sense and they never do it again. I'm sorry, guys. I know I hate doing this, but it's stories like these that just really get to me. It just comes to show how we've evolved as a society, number one. Number two, at getting more, what's the word I'm looking for? Relentless. Getting more relentless at a younger age, number two. Number three, these kids had access to a drug. I blame the parents. They probably had anti-anxiety because, one, it's a pharmaceutical, you probably can't get it, or they got it at a drugstore, but bad parenting is almost the result of this action, and look what it happens. But see, this is what's going on with the world. Thank you, 2013, and it's not going to get any better from there. But so anyways, guys, before I get into any more ridiculous nonsense and just go on a rampage, I'm going to end this odds and ends. And hopefully you guys enjoy listening to those stories as much as I like reading them to you. And we will see you Thursday for another edition. Until next time, we'll see you guys later, and take it easy.